Hello and welcome to Byju's IAS. Let's begin today's daily quiz with question number 1 coming on your screen right now. Consider the following statements with regards to ISRO's Gaganyaan mission. Number 1. The formal announcement of the Gaganyaan program was made by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi during his Independence Day address on 15th August 2018. Second, the initial target was to launch the human space flight before the 75th anniversary of India's independence on 15th August 2022. Third, the GSLV Mark III, also known as the Launch Vehicle Mark III, the three-stage heavy lift launch vehicle, will be used to launch Gaganyaan as it has a necessary payload capability. Which of these given statements is or are correct? The correct answer here is D, since all the three given statements are correct. Like many other projects of the government and ISRO, the Gaganyaan project also has been delayed due to the pandemic. The first human-less flight of the Gaganyaan mission was supposed to take off in December, but it has been delayed due to the ongoing pandemic. The reason why we are asking this question is because of this article in the Hindu newspaper, according to which ISRO is gearing up for multiple missions in this upcoming 2022 year. ISRO's chairman, Mr. Sivan, said that a number of missions will be launched in 2022, including the first unmanned mission of Gaganyaan. The other missions would be Earth observation satellites on board the PSLV. The other missions that are still in the stage of development include the Aditya L1, the XPOSAT, the IRNSS, and other technology demonstration missions. ISRO has also been working continuously on the third installment of the Chandrayaan mission. Next, question number 2. Which of the following statements is not correct with regards to the Pangong Tso Lake? Number 1. Extending to almost 160 km, one third of the Pangong Lake lies in India and the other two thirds in China. Second, it is situated at a height of almost 4,350 meters and is the world's highest freshwater lake. Third, it is formed from Tethys geosyncline. Fourth, Pangong Tso literally translates into a conclave lake since Pangong means conclave in Ladakhi and Tso means a lake in Tibetan language. You have to choose the statement which is not correct. The answer here is B. Since the Pangong Tso lake is the world's highest saltwater lake and not freshwater lake. The other statements about the lake are correct. The reason why we're asking this question is because of this unfortunate news in both Indian Express and the Hindu newspaper today, according to which the latest satellite images show that China is building a new bridge on the Pangong Tso Lake on its own site to ensure that the movement of its own troops and artillery becomes much easier and takes much lesser time. This is a major cause of concern for India. As you can see in the photo, this is the site of the bridge. It is at a place where the difference between the two banks of the river is one of the narrowest. It is about 20 km east of Finger 8 on the lake's north bank. As per India, the Finger 8 denotes the LAC, that is the official line between India and China. Since May 2020, the two sides have been facing a military standoff which has still not been resolved. India and China have not only worked to improve the existing infrastructure at the border area, but both the sides have also built new roads, bridges, and landing strips if required for their troops. Next, question number 3. Consider the following statements with regards to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, also known as the NPT. Number 1. Ever since it came into effect since 1970, after it was opened for signing in 1968, the NPT has won 91 nations who are a party to it, more than any other arms limitation treaty. Second, the NPT prohibits the nations who don't have nuclear weapons from acquiring them, at the same time prohibiting the nuclear states from helping others in acquiring the weapons. Third, the International Atomic Energy Agency, which is a successor of the UN Atomic Energy Commission, verifies a compliance with the treaty. Which of these given statements is or are correct? The correct answer here is D. All the three given statements are correct. As you know, India has always been in the opposition of the NPT. We are not a party to it, mainly because as per India, it divides the world into two parts and is biased against nations such as India. The treaty says that nations such as the P5 are nuclear power nations, so they can have nuclear weapons, while the non P5 nations such as India, Israel, etc., are not allowed to have nuclear weapons. Thus, this division between haves and have nots is not acceptable to India. The reason why we are asking this question is because of this article in the Hindu newspaper, according to which the P5 nations, which were scheduled to meet for the NPT treaty review, have postponed their meeting and, in place of that, have issued a very rare joint statement saying that we strongly believe that the further spread of such weapons must be prevented. It's a rare occurrence that all these five nations are on the same page with regards to any issue. The NPT, as the newspaper says, came into being in 1970 and was supposed to be reviewed on 4th of January by all the P5 nations. Next, question number 4. Consider the following statements with regards to the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, that is SAARC, and its specialized bodies. Number 1. The headquarters and secretariat of the association are at Dhaka, Bangladesh. Second, the degrees and certificates awarded by the South Asian University in India are at par with the respective degrees and certificates awarded by the national universities or institutions. Third, the SAARC Arbitration Council is an intergovernmental body having its office in Pakistan and is mandated to provide legal framework within the region for fair and efficient settlement of commercial, industrial, trade, banking, investment, and other such disputes. You have to choose out of these three which of these statements is or are correct. The correct answer here is B. 2 and 3 are correct. The first statement is wrong because the headquarters and the secretariat of SAARC are at Kathmandu in Nepal and not in Dhaka, Bangladesh. That is why the correct answer is B. The reason why SAARC is in the news is because Pakistan's foreign minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi said that if India does not want to join the SAARC summit in Pakistan, India is well within its rights to join the summit virtually. The SAARC group has not been very effective since 2016, since the India-Pakistan relations have deteriorated because of continuous militant attacks sponsored by Pakistan. The last of the biennial summits for SAARC took place at Kathmandu in 2014. The 2016 summit was supposed to be held in Islamabad, but it was boycotted by India after the Uri attack in Jammu and Kashmir, resulting in the cancellation of the entire SAARC summit. Not just India, other nations like Bangladesh, Bhutan, and Afghanistan had also declined to participate in the Islamabad meet of 2016. Pakistan's minister has said that Islamabad is again ready to host the pending SAARC summit, and if India still does not want to join, they are free to join virtually, that is online. Next, we have a previous year question from 2019. Which one of the following statements is not correct? Number 1. Hepatitis B virus is transmitted much like the HIV. Second, hepatitis B, unlike hepatitis C, does not have a vaccine. Third, globally, the number of people infected with hepatitis B and C viruses are several times more than those infected with the HIV. Fourth, some of those infected with the hepatitis B and C viruses do not show the symptoms for many years. You have to choose the incorrect statement out of these. The correct answer here is B. Since the B statement says that there is no vaccine for hepatitis B, which is wrong, there are vaccines approved for the hepatitis B variant. Hepatitis disease, as you know, specifically targets the human liver. The vaccine of hepatitis is given in the form of a shot. Hepatitis B vaccine, which have been approved by the US FDA, include Engerix B and Recombivix HB. That is why the statement B was wrong. It's time now to move to the fact of the day. And today we will be discussing about the concept of shelf life of vaccines, which is a topic of discussion for many days now. As you know, from the 3rd of January, the government of India allowed teenagers from the age group of 15 to 18 years to get their COVID vaccine shots. Now, the argument here is that many people are pointing out that the vaccines that these teenagers are getting is from the stock that was supposed to expire in November 2021. Thus, because the stock was about to get expired, the government is now putting it into the bodies of the teenagers. That is a concern. The government, on the other hand, has pointed out that earlier the shelf life of the vaccine used to be 9 months, which has now been extended to 12 months. So, any vaccine which was supposed to expire in November 2021 will now run till at least February of 2022, and that is why the people don't need to worry. As per the government, the shelf life of the vaccine has been extended by the national regulator, that is, Central Drug Standard Control Organization or CDSCO, after a comprehensive analysis and examination of the data on the vaccine. As per the WHO, the stability of a vaccine is the ability of the vaccine to retain its chemical, physical, and microbiological properties within the specified shelf life. And thus, all the vaccines must be administered within their specific shelf lives. Now, the shelf life is calculated by storing the product at different temperatures for various lengths of time and then testing how effective that vaccine is. The duration over which the vaccine is stable and effective is the specified shelf life of that particular vaccine. It is just like an expiry date on anything that you consume, be it your food, vegetable, biscuits, namkeens, etc. Both the government of India and the Covaxin manufacturer, that is Bharat Biotech, has pointed out that there are absolutely no concerns about the shelf life of the vaccine, and people do not need to be discouraged from getting their vaccine shots. This is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching.